Wash hands with soap and water. Table set up. Drape the model. Section the model's hair into 4 sections for a haircut, starting with scissors and finishing with razors. Make sure the model's hair is wet for the haircut operation. You can wet the model's hair at the shampoo bowl, or you can wet the model's hair with the water bottle. Make sure you tell your model before she comes to state board that this is not a beauty pageant. This is a state board licensing operation. So she shouldn't ask you to cut those fancy schmancy haircuts. Promise her to do those haircuts if she wants after the state board examination. But state board requires basic haircut. That's what you're going to do. Remove the guideline from 4 sections. It is easier to control your haircut if you have guideline all around the client's hairline, from the back and from the front. You have checked your appointment book, and your appointment book requires starting the haircut with the scissors and finishing with the razor. So we're going to cut the guideline with the scissors, and we're going to finish up the haircut with the razors. It's also sometimes in the directions it would say tapering with razor. Remember that you have to cut 1/2 inch or more. Sometimes comb tells you how many inches. Here's 1 inch. 1/2 inch is this much or more. So make sure you use that for a reference if you're very nervous. Here's my inch, and I probably would cut 1 inch or a little more than 1/2 inch. But usually 1/2 inch is a little less than your finger. Here's 1 inch. So here's my inch. So if you cut as much as your finger length, then you're safe. So I'm going to hold, put my finger into the finger grip, and cut. Here's my guideline. State board wants you to follow the guideline. That's one of the most important things. You follow the guideline and you handle your implements properly. So to handle my implements properly, I have to take out my thumb, palm this, and then comb. And then give this to the other hand, the comb, and put my thumb in and cut. And only the thumb would cut. Now, never ever comb with the thumb in when those tips are open. The tips have to be closed, then you have to comb. Following with my fingers, I'm going to cut the guideline all around the hairline. You could do palm to palm, or you could do on the top of your fingers. Any way you've been taught in school. Down with the back, going to the front area for the guideline. This way, when you removed the entire guideline, you would not forget to cut the guideline with the scissors. You might cut the guideline in the back and then move to the razor and forget to cut the guideline on the side area. Bring it down and cut. Again, if you want, you can cut palm to palm too. This is another way of cutting. The other side, bring it down. Here's my guideline and cut. Make sure you cut until, if you're cutting palm to palm, till your second knuckle. Don't go further than your second knuckle. You would cut yourself. Here's a little piece. I will comb again, and then I would cut. I don't want to cut myself, so I'm going to cut until my second knuckle. I'm done with the scissors. I just did the guideline. Now I'm going to go with the razor. Never cut the hair where you see the guard in this way. You will cut yourself and you would cut your model. The guard has to face you throughout the entire haircut. Don't remove the guard when you're doing the haircut. If you're a left-handed person, then you should change the guard for your left hand. Hold this with your left hand, and you should see the guard. So the guard should face the operator. You could also cut with the razor being in a straight position like this and holding like this. And then palm it, remove the finger, comb, give this to your hand, and again, and cut it. But I prefer this way, this way, this way, and this way. I have more control See how I'm holding it? I have more control when I'm combing the client's hair. This is away from the client's hair, and I put my finger and I'm going to cut. The razor haircut has to be done on wet hair. Bring some hair down. Always have the sections for control. Wet the hair as you comb. Do not put your tools down until you're done with the haircut. Then I'm going to follow my guideline. I will start from the middle and move to this side, and then from the middle move to this side. Then for the razor haircut I would elevate the hair, and then once my guide goes down I will cut on the top, laying flat, going up and down, and it cuts. Here's my guideline. This is more than half an inch, this much. Come, the guideline dropped. I'm going to cut. Don't worry, you're not going to cut your finger as long as you have the guard facing you. You lost your grip and you want to hold again and cut a little more, you can. Continue moving up with the haircut. Razor haircut has to have even moisture all around, and it has to be, the hair has to be wet, otherwise the razor would pull the hair. 90-degree razor haircut. Here, straight out from the head. There's my guide. And bring it out. Once this bottom drops, you cut. Here's the guide. See the guide? Some guide is here. Come out, guide dropped, and out. Continue cutting until you get to the top. Top section. Guideline dropped. Cut up. Cut. Cup the ears, cup the face. Hold the razor flat and go back and forth. Wet the top section. There it is, my finished haircut for skateboard. Sweep the hair, complete the cleanup. Place your soiled implement into soiled implement box and cover with the lid.